communities are experiencing more frequent intense rainfall events, meaning that over the last 20 years, the number of rainfall totaling over an inch is substantial. That can cause local flooding, and local experts are worried about a bill that would leave communities vulnerable, rather. So joining us this morning to talk about it is Pat Sauer, the executive director with the Iowa Stormwater Education Partnership. Pat, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So very complicated issue here too. Let's start with the bill that is proposed, and then the position you guys have against it.
The Senate File 455 proposes, well, it's minimizing local control of cities and county for stormwater management. And right now, the way things are done locally. Stormwater is managed locally, cities work with developers locally. So it's minimizing that. The other big concern is proposing that we take stormwater management from release rates from basins, and I'll get into this a little bit later, from these wet ponds and dry basins, releasing the stormwater at a rate going back to what we were doing 20 to 30 years ago, at a rate that will continue to erode out our streams and cause potential localized flooding. So what newer standards are trying to do is release stormwater rates at a slower, less volume, slower rates, so we're not heavily eroding streams. So people living along streams, their land's not being eroded, farmland's not being eroded downstream. So that's part of it. Another part of it is the topsoil requirements as well. So not allowing local control for topsoil requirements. And the details associated with that are when we buy new homes, we assume there's going to be topsoil underneath that sod. And you don't peel up the sod and go, there's no topsoil. So new homeowners should receive topsoil underneath their sod. The topsoil, when they don't get enough topsoil, the lawn, you have to fertilize, you have to irrigate. And so what's being proposed in the legislation is that locally cities can't say, hey, you need to return 4 inches of topsoil or 6 inches of topsoil, because the depth of topsoil varies across the state of Iowa. So they want to just have an affidavit signed by the developer that says we put topsoil there without any verification or any local requirements.
And it all stems back to as well. So the issue with the release rates is because it's going back to what it was several decades ago, when now the weather is calling for increased protections or increased actions so local levels aren't eating as much.
Well, weather plays a role, but we've learned a lot nationally on stormwater. And so we've learned that what we were doing 30 years ago, we were having these huge impacts on our streams by eroding the channels out and causing a lot of damage. And so we've learned from that, and so we have these design guidelines in the state. The Iowa Stormwater Management Manual and SUDAS, don't have time to explain them, but the engineers rely on them for design guidance. And they have changed the design so the basins end up being a little bigger, and the outlet structures have more holes in them, and we're just releasing the stormwater slower in a volume and a lower volume. And so, what it comes down to is the developers are saying, they're thinking, well, we shouldn't have to pay for these changes. We should just have to pay for what was used, take it to the standard of what was used 30 years ago, and let cities or counties pay for the rest. So I think it's looking at, let's meet with the home builders and come up with some sort of consensus on how to move forward, how to compromise. But the one thing to keep in mind is Des Moines Metro Cities went through a process that started in 2019, and they did engage the home builders. They were trying to have uniform, what's called a post-construction stormwater management ordinance. They went through this whole educational process. The Home Builders Association, they were involved in this process. And so now there's a little bit of pushback that some of these cities are starting to implement these programs. But I think we can work something out. I think the important thing is people need to be aware of this, because if you live along a stream, it's going to impact you. It could potentially impact you. Your taxes may increase too as a result of that. So we're telling people to notify your local representatives or senators to say, hey, this is not a good bill. We can do something better than this ultimately.
And then just the last question for you here too. So in terms of movement, legislation-wise, it's passed through the Senate chamber and it's working its way through the House, and it had survived funnel week as well, so it made it out of the committee there. If this bill is passed too, if you could just outline briefly for our viewers, what issues, I mean, you just kind of left me there right there at the end of your answer. What issues could our viewers expect if this legislation
Probably
passes?
one of the biggest issues is it probably will result in a lot of litigation, because the language in this legislation says, let's go to standards, let's go to federal and state standards. And we keep saying there are no specific state and federal standards. The EPA, who regulates these cities that we work with, their stormwater programs, says, you can look at their website and it says, you leave it up to cities to decide what is the best thing for their communities, because the topography and the soils vary in every city across the state. You know, they need to work with their local developers. So that is one part of it right there.
Gotcha. All right, and we'll have more details too. It's a very complicated
Yes,
issue
it is,
as well.
it is.
We're gonna have more details on our website, WHO13.com. Pat, thanks for joining us. Appreciate
Sure,
it.
you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we got sports coming up next.